when I first got told that we had to do a media fast, my first thoughts were, that'd be fine, I'll stay in my room all day, I won't talk to anybody, and that'll be it, I'd have done it. And then it was only when I started to think about it, I thought, oh, I'm going to have to warn people can't get in touch with me. So that was friends and family that like I either ring or text and things every day. And my housemates and friends on campus, I thought, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to come and speak to you, so I had to warn them. I knew I couldn't socialise with them, so I had to warn them that actually I was doing a media fast and I wasn't just ignoring them all. And then I thought, oh, I'll have to choose a day, like I can't do it on a day where I've got university because I won't be able to go to my lectures. So I sat down and I chose my day, and I told everyone what day it was going to be. And then I prepared myself to do the media fast, so I turned off my phone and my laptop and things the night before, and then got ready for a boring day ahead. So when I woke up and I couldn't use my alarm on my phone, so I had to wake up off my own accord. And normally the first thing I would do would be to check my phone, and it was there and it was turned off, and I looked at it and I thought, no, I can't give up so early. So I got up and then like had breakfast, but then I was looking at all the packaging and I thought, oh, is this a form of media? Like, are they communicating with me? How am I choosing what to eat? So I quickly made my decision and left. And then I got ready for the day, and then I was thinking, oh, what can I do? I've got nothing else to do all day. Normally I'd go on my laptop, I'd go to lectures, and maybe do a bit of my reading. So I decided I'll tidy my room, it's well overdue anyway. So that's what I did all day. Sat and tidied my room, which passed a few good hours. And I could hear all my housemates in the kitchen, and I was thinking, God, I'm sitting in here with nothing to do, and they're all in there. But before I started the media fast, I had to distinguish what media was, and when I did this, I thought, if I'm going to do it, I'll do it properly. So that included verbal communication as well as texting, posters, music. So I really had cut myself off. So when I could hear them in the kitchen, I knew I couldn't talk to them. So I waited till they'd all gone before I went in to make my own dinner. And while I was in there, they all decided to come in. They all knew I was doing the media fast, and I did think they would try and help me. But obviously not, because they all spoke to me, and I ended up cracking under the pressure and spoke to them. So in a way I did fail slightly, but then I decided, like, okay, well, verbal communication, it's far too difficult to go all day without that, so I decided that I would just stay away from kind of more artificial media and things that were easily avoidable. So as soon as I had already spoken to them, that gave me more things to do, I suppose. I could then socialise with my flatmates. I think, well, I went for a walk to pass some time as well, but I went with a friend so we could talk, and that was alright. Although I couldn't walk down the spine because of all the posters, so I took a bit more of a scenic route around campus and avoided all media at all times. It then started to get a bit more difficult when I got back, because we made tea and normally I would have pool practice. Well, obviously that's in the bar, so I couldn't go. And all my flatmates went without me, and the place was completely quiet. And normally I'm at least used to the buzz of my laptop, and that wasn't even turned on. So I had nothing to do. I just sat around and I thought, I could catch up on my seminar readings. So as I was about to do that, I then realised, well, actually, that's a form of media as well. So I couldn't do that. I ended up finding myself just sitting around doing nothing. I'd done all the washing up. I literally had nothing to do and felt very isolated from the outside world, and just sat there thinking about the media fast and hoping it would be over a lot quicker. But obviously with nothing to do, time goes incredibly slow, and it was very boring. So I waited and waited, and then my flatmates came back, and they had all decided to go out after pool and a night out around town. Well, I couldn't join them because that would involve music, posters, all kinds of media. So as they were all getting ready with the music blasting, kind of had to be like, you can't play it that loud, I can't hear it. So they all went out, and then I decided that there was nothing else for me to do but to get an early night, really. And that's what I did. The next day was my media immersion day, which was very different because I turned my phone on the night before and it did go off, and I thought, still technically in a media fast, I can't look at it. So I just quickly set my alarm and left it for the morning. I woke up with my alarm playing, so instantly, first thing, I had music. I quickly checked my phone, replied to messages and things, and then I got up and got ready for the day. I had a lecture in the morning, so that involved walking down the spine. So obviously there's posters and advertisements all over the spine. On every wall, everywhere you look, there's a poster. In my lecture, we engaged with the lecturer. There was media, there was a PowerPoint going on. Everybody was checking the phones, people were on Facebook. And then later on in the day we went to Spa, and there was music playing in Spa, and just like little things like that I wouldn't normally notice. I know it's there, but I don't take notice of it. But on this particular day, been starved of media the day before, I did notice, and it's kind of nice to be able to hear music. And then, like, my flatmates were watching TV, I watched TV with them. I was allowed to do that, which I wasn't the day before. And then later on that night, I went to the bar to play pool, and there was posters in the bar, advertisements, music playing, lots of people. There was actually people doing work, like in the bar area, and I noticed that every now and again they would check Facebook, which is something I do all day, every day. On my phone, on my laptop, it's always there. I've always got like a connection with everybody, like either through technology or face to face. I'm always talking to somebody, and it's not until you can't talk to people and you can't use things like Facebook that you really start to think about how lonely it really is without it. And in a way, that's quite sad, to be honest. That I have my phone on me constantly, and I need my phone to be able to communicate with people. I do think media is all around us and is quite hard to get away from. Like in the media fast, I think everybody would find that wherever you went, there was media, and it was quite hard to stay away from media. People do go without media, and people don't have mobile phones, people don't use Facebook. It is very rare now though, but people do stay away from it, but then they find their media through other things such as newspapers, like either online if they have a phone. They go and talk to people. So everybody uses media, and I think media has shaped us in a way. The new technology that comes out, I think more people use, and that helps us communicate with people. It's another form of media, and there's so many media platforms. I think it is impossible to not be using at least one of them. So yeah, my media fast was okay. It was a bit eye-opening. I've finally realised how much media is around me and started to take notice of it a bit more, whereas before I never really bothered. I wouldn't do it again. It was too difficult. It was too lonely. But if somebody else was to do it, then I would say to them, it is an eye-opening experience. You do suddenly realise how much media you use and how much it does surround you. But good luck, because it's very boring.